Well, what's up, gang? So here is the big news that I kind of touted at on the last video, that something big was about to happen, and it did. So I ended up ordering a 24 F250 back in late February, and to my amazement, I picked this thing up yesterday. It arrived about 6 months earlier than anticipated, and so I'm kind of thrown through a little bit of a loop here. I don't really know what to do, because I didn't think I would get this soon. But I kind of mentioned late last year, guys, that I'm focusing more on RV lifestyle, taking my family out camping more in the RV, a safer RV trip with a bigger truck, which is why I got the F250. I should have got this in the first place, but I didn't. But we got ourselves a brand new F250 FX4 with the sport appearance package, but I'm just crazy excited about this thing, folks. The F150 towed the RV pretty well, okay? That 3.5 EcoBoost has a ton of power in it. In fact, it only has, I think, maybe about 100, 150 torque feet-of-pounds less than what this has. Now, this is the 7.3 Godzilla. I'll explain why I went gas at the end of this video. This thing weighs so much more, and in fact, my payload capacity on the F150 was 1,820 pounds. This one, the main thing right here is great, is 3,598 pounds. That's why I went with the F250, because the payload on this thing is so much more. The truck weighs more, it's gonna tow better, and especially in Texas winds, trying to tow a 33-ish foot RV, that was a battle with the F150. This thing weighs way more than the F150, so it should tow it much, much better. So that's the main reason for the F250. The whole truck camping thing with the roof tent was fun. Still is fun, but again, my main focus and main priority is the family camping with the RV, and this rig is really gonna help do that safely and a little bit more fun. And I've always wanted an F250. But here she is, guys. It's carbonized gray, I believe. Again, the black or the sport appearance package, you get all the black fender badging, you get the black grille, LED headlights, black tow hooks, kind of boring stuff like that. You do have the black painted mirror caps. This is the Lariat trim. I didn't go up to the limited or platinum because I don't need it. I did delete the automatic fold up steps. I don't like those. I actually like having standard rigid side steps. So I got those put on, and I actually really, really like these OEM wheels. I think they look pretty slick. Now, I have already ordered my new tires, so these little baby tires are gonna be upgraded to 295 6520s, Toyo Open Country AT3s. Those have already been ordered. I can get them put on Monday. Get the tent. I hate trucks with no tent, so the tent's going on tomorrow. Gonna limo everything out except for the passenger and the driver. If you guys care about what the inside looks like, I'm sure you've seen an F250, but really nothing special on this setup. This was from my F150. It kind of fits, but they don't make a lot of stuff for the F250 yet. And this was a really comfortable little elbow pad, a little bit more padding than what comes standard on the truck. Got to get used to the center console shifter. So my F150 and all my other trucks have had the console shifter here, but this has got the column shifter, so that's been a little bit different. And I will say, driving this thing with these giant tow mirrors takes some getting used to, because it kind of puts a blind spot on both sides when you're driving, so I'm having to get used to that. And of course, I went ahead and added the floor mats and the little seat protector, because we do have kids, and I don't want to get this completely trashed the first week I have it. And I ended up getting these Husky liners. I've had pretty much every style of floor mats that you can think of. WeatherTech's, Spider, I think is what they called. And I actually like the Huskies the most, and they're the cheapest. I bought these, I paid for these, but they're a little bit stickier. The WeatherTech floor mats are real slick. If your feet are wet and you go to pull yourself in the driver's seat, I've slipped so many times, my foot has gone underneath the gas pedal and the brake pedal, because they're slick. So I like these Huskies because they're a little bit tackier. But I don't have a whole lot of room to show this to you folks, because this takes up way more room than my F150 did. But I've got a whole bag of goodies back here that I'm going to install and show you folks all the mods that I'm going to do to this truck. So I've got my bed rug, I'm going with the tonneau cover, I got some antennas, some tailgate seals, some extra lighting. I've got this Molly panel from Built Right Industries. So I'm going to work all weekend. What's stuck? So I'm going to work all weekend with doing these cheap, easy, do-it-yourself mods on this truck, and then I'm going to kind of do another video to show you them all installed, basically. Everything that you just saw in the back, I paid for. Nothing. This is not a sponsored video. Ford didn't sponsor me. They didn't send me an F250. So on the next video, I'm gonna go in more detail over all the mods that I've done on this truck since I've got it. So again, tires are going on this weekend, tent, and then all the stuff in the back of the bed, and why I'm doing it. I didn't want the spray-in liner because I don't like spraying bed liners. They're rough. Those bed rugs, I've had them in every truck, and they are worth their weight, I think, in gold for the price, because I think they're around the same price as a spray-in bed liner. But I'm in and out of the back of that truck so much, and having that padding on that bed rug is just nice on the knees, especially, you know, I'm over 40, so it's a little bit nicer and easier on my knees to crawl in and out of that bed. So that's why I went with the bed rug. I'm going with a soft roll-up tonneau cover, and I'll go over why I chose that method on the next video. But I think they're actually the best for keeping water out. They're the cheapest. And they, in my experience, they've done the best with keeping water out of the back of the bed. But gang, this is the big news. I don't know where this is going to lead in terms of my truck camping setup, because I don't have my ladder rack or tent rack doesn't fit on this truck because it only fit on that retractable tonneau cover that I had with the T-Trax. Obviously that retractable cover doesn't fit on this bed. So I don't really know what's going to happen. I do have a collaboration video, my first ever truly dispersed camping trip. I'm collaborating with another guy on YouTube, is coming up here in the middle of May. So naturally, I've had a truck camper for over 2 years. Never done dispersed camping until I don't have a rig to truly do it in. So that'll be fun. I guess I'll be throwing a tent in the back of the bed and sleeping in that. But let me go ahead and answer a few questions on why I did this. I got the 7.3 gas because quite a few reasons. I didn't want to deal with any of the emissions. It is a headache to deal with all the diesel emissions and all the upkeep and maintenance required of that. Cheaper oil changes. My RV only weighs around 9,000 pounds. This will tow way more than that. The payload's going to handle it just fine. The engine's easier to work on. Gas is cheaper than diesel. And honestly, I just didn't need a diesel. I put money that 90% of people that buy diesels don't need diesels. They just like hearing that turbo whistle. Let the comments flow on that one, but I don't think that most of the diesels out there are truly needed. So that's why I went with gas. They're just easier to upkeep. This is going to be more than enough truck. We don't ever anticipate on having a fifth wheel. They're just not really our style of camping, right now at least, but this is going to be more than adequate for the towing that we're going to be doing, and a much, much better upgrade than the F-150. And there will be comments, you should have bought a Chevy, you should have bought a Dodge. I could have, easily, but I picked a Ford, so all the nerds out there that say I shouldn't have gone with Ford, that's fine, I don't really care. I like Fords, that's what I've driven all my life. That's why I went with the F250. So, guys, that is it. This is the new rig, this is the new setup for the channel, and I can't wait to get it taken out on its first tow. I'm really excited about seeing how that thing, how this thing works on the new RV. I did have to get a new weight distribution / sway control hitch. I ended up going with the WaySafe hitch, which is pretty cool. It's got an app that you download and it tells you your exact tongue weight and how you set up the weight distribution bars. So I'll be putting that on this weekend, kind of giving a review on what I think of that hitch, because I was using an equalizer hitch, which is well known, very, very well thought of hitch, but I'm going with the WaySafe hitch for this setup. So gang, this is it. This is the new rig, and we'll see you soon. Again, after I get all the mods that I have right now put on, I'll kind of go in more detail about those mods and what they are, and give you a little bit more of a look of the actual truck. But I wanted to put this out because there definitely will not be a camping video this week, or for at least a few more weeks until I figure out what the heck I'm going to do. But here we go, gang. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.